Hello, friends. We were evacuated from Ruidoso, so we made our way to Texas, and I decided to take my firearms in case they burned down in the house. Got everything out of the safe, got all of our family out safely, got all of our important papers, and we bugged out to Roswell and then on to Texas. Um, Decided to take the kids and keep them out late and get them on the thermal with the new Deadeye Predator Tactics Tripod. Um, and that's probably the only way we were able to be successful on these hunts with these kids, because the rifle's pretty heavy and staying on target would be tough with the Primo's uh, trigger stick tripod. But this is my son. He's 6 years old. He's been shooting for about a year and a half now. So he's ready to shoot. He's a good shooter. I'm just getting him set up on this tripod down the dirt road to see how high I needed to get it for him and get him accustomed to the scope so he could see what stuff looked like through the thermal. After this, we went on to our first field for the night, checked it, didn't see anything, went to the second field, and here we are at the third, and I get him on a pig. So I get him on this first pig, and I asked him if he was steady. And clearly in the video he wasn't quite steady, so he took the shot. He thought he was on it, but he missed. So you can see the hog run off. But there was two hogs in this field, and they ran off. And you'll see in the next clip, about 10 minutes later, we walked back to the truck, and I scanned the field again just to see if they came back. And this is all wheat. And sure enough, one of the pigs comes back. So I pull down a little farther in the field. I get out of the truck. I get the tripod and rifle set up for him, and leave him in the truck until I get it all set up. So finally I get him on the rifle, get him behind the scope, and he takes a shot. Thumps it. It runs a little bit. I didn't want him taking the follow-up shot, just out of safety. So I was able to get behind the scope, check and see where the hog went. Here we are.
Hang on, let me shoot him again.
Not a very good shot here, but I was a little bit jacked because my son just shot his first pig. Right there, he does a little death spiral. Eventually he goes down, we drive over, and I finish him off with a .22 pistol.
Get in the truck.
Pretty stoked in the truck, driving over there to put him down. And here's my son with his first kill. That's a 6.5 Grendel, 18-inch Odin Works barrel with a rugged Razor 7.62 suppressor. Burris Thermal BTS 50. Here's the next day, a little bit better daytime photo. And this boar, you'll see here in just a second. I was going for a behind the ear shot, trying to be fancy, but he probably would have stayed down after the first shot, but I think I scared him. At this point, I'm out of ammo, so I can't put any more rounds into him as a courtesy kill. So I have to walk back to the truck, but I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to get up and charge me some more. He ended up having a couple of broken legs, so he couldn't. But I went to the truck and got my 22 and finished this one off. It was kind of scary because he ended up coming right for me. The day before this one, I shot a couple of hogs and went back to check on them, and one of them was not quite dead. And it charged me, so I had to put rounds in it. Now these two pigs, same wheat field, same triangle wheat field, by myself. First shot's good. This hog stops, and I whiff. And I say a bad word. And he runs, and he stops again. I shoot too high. I say another bad word, and he runs. Here I've missed 2 static shots, and that one right there is a thump. On the run, he runs down to that corner.
How do I miss on the
He's
easy
bleeding.
shots and hit on the hard one?
After he gets down to that corner, I drive around the perimeter of that field. That might have been a hit. I can't remember in the video. I drive to the corner of that field and find him down there just standing and bleeding out, and I put him down with one more shot. Not on video.
Gosh dang it.
That same night, after I put this one down, I go across the street and I come across this one scratching against the telephone pole. Pretty quick kill. That's a heart shot, so he's going to kick a little bit. But he's anchored right there. And then finally, that girl shows up from San Diego. She was on vacation with my mother, getting her set up on the tripod. This is her first pig. I piggybacked her about 100 yards from the truck through wet wheat fields because it had just rained. And I get the tripod set up, get the pig in frame, and she gets on the scope here in just a second. Maybe you want to say anything? How are you feeling?
Pretty jacked.
Yeah? Here she is on the scope. You can see it move. She's getting steady. How are you feeling behind the rifle at this time?
I was feeling
And she,
confident.
yeah, you put a good shot on it right there.
Yeah.
And it went down, went straight down.
Running?
Can't see it.
But this pig was not dead. So the next day when we went to check on it, I had my 22, didn't have my 22 pistol. I had to go all the way back to the house. Ended up putting one in its heart. That's the first pig. Here we are, same night, driving back to the house. We went to check one more field right here at the house. We drive out to the windmill road. You can probably hear the windmill whistling and slamming and whistling and slamming. I get her on it, and she bumped the scope so she couldn't see it. So this is me getting her back with the pig in frame. So she bumps it right there. What do you want to say, honey?
When I got my second pig, I was really jacked. And yeah.
Here she is getting steady. She's gonna get on target. It's facing us right now. No, there's his tail. I told her to wait until it got broadside. Here it's broadside, but she wasn't ready to take the shot yet. Here it's facing us. I think that's a spine shot.
Watch it. Watch it. Watch it.
I'm asking her where she shot it.
It's trying to get away, but it can't run.
Where do you think you shot it?
Did you hit it?
I shot it. I think I got it.
You thought you shot a Texas hard shot.
Let me look in there. Sorry, you're
But she did great. Here she is. That was probably the biggest boar we shot all week. I think I hunted every night for 6 or 7 days straight before we headed on to Oklahoma. Pretty big boar, honey.
Yeah, it was.
So she got 2 for the whole trip. My son got 1. Here I am solo. I'll just let the footage roll. So I'm back on the triangle field again. I call this set Duck Duck Goose. So there's a duck, there's a duck. This one's going to end up being the goose. Now this was actually a pretty good set. I put 2 hogs down on this one. Catch a little runner here. Little flip. I think I lead this one too much. And then I lead it a little bit too much again. There was a good number of them here, but there's cows over the horizon from time to time, and there was deer on this field, so I didn't just take wild lob shots because I had no idea what the yardage was. Those runners. No need to waste ammo.
Sounded like 3 hits.
That was indeed 3 hits, 3 thumps, but I think I only recovered 1 from that set.
Miss.
So some of these are hits, and the next day I was looking for buzzards, and they're pretty good pig locators. There were some buzzards right there to the right of that big cottonwood tree you can see on the horizon. It's a deep canyon, and there was buzzards flying all around that canyon, so I know there were some dead animals down there, but I wasn't going to go down and retrieve them. This pig was kind of a zombie pig. I'd hit it, it'd go down.
Gosh. I can't tell the distance.
shooting off my trigger stick because I didn't want to get the tripod out, the Deadeye tripod out. And when I watched this one back in slow motion, I shot it in the head because I could see something fly out, bone and blood or bone and debris or something. But it certainly wasn't a good enough hit to knock it down. So it runs and it runs and it runs. There's a highway around the other side of where it's running right now. My first shot was into a safe direction, but it's running with a highway in the background and it's going to run across this road. So I don't take any follow-up shots, and it ends up running all the way away. It probably just has an extra hole in its snout or something, but it was on another wheat field stealing some wheat. Thanks for watching, friends. Mabry, you ready to go hunt again?
Yeah,
When do you want to go?
soon.
As soon as possible. We'll catch you next time. Just a final note. The ammo we were shooting was 123 grain Hornady SSTs. They were my reloads, and they chrono about 2450 FPS, but they do great on these pigs, and I'll continue to use them. Take care.